evening, everyone. So we'll go ahead and get started with today's event. So good evening, and thank you for being here to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of our student athletes this fall. For those that don't know me, my name is Dr. Marue, and I am the Citywide Athletic Director for the Michigan City Area Schools. Joining me tonight is Ms. Sarah Krasinski, Assistant Citywide Athletic Director. We would also like to take this opportunity to recognize Ms. Deanna Sterlinski, our Administrative Assistant, who recently retired. She was an integral part of the athletic department for many years, and we wish her nothing but the best in her retirement. We would also like to take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Kim Sharkey to the team, as she will serve as our new Administrative Assistant. It's an honor to stand here before you today as we recognize the hard work, dedication, and sportsmanship that have defined our fall season. From the playing fields to the courts, our athletes have pushed themselves to new heights, demonstrating not only physical skill, but also resilience, teamwork, and leadership. This evening is about more than just trophies and medals. It's about the countless hours of practice, the triumphs, and the challenges that have shaped these athletes into the people they are today. Whether you are a player, coach, parent, or supporter, each one of you has played a vital role in making this season a success. Student athletes, please stand up. Stand up, all student athletes. Turn towards all of those that are here supporting you this evening and give them a nice round of applause. Thank you. So as we celebrate our fall sports achievements, let's remember that this is just the beginning. The hard work and lessons learned here will carry forward into everything our athletes do, both on and off the field. Thank you again for being part of this special occasion. Let's enjoy tonight's celebration and recognize the outstanding achievements of our student athletes. So I'd like to share with you now the order of awards and how the program will go this evening. So that's the order that we will go: boys cross country, girls cross country, girls volleyball, boys soccer, girls golf, boys tennis, football. All the coaches and student athletes will come to the stage. The coaches will spend about 5 minutes talking about their season, successes, highlights, many of those types of things, introducing the student athletes as well as the coaches. And then once we get through all of those, we will save our presentation for all of our MVPs for each of the sports, Wolf Award, and a new award that we added this year, the Sportsmanship Award. So the presentation of those 3 awards will be at the end of the ceremony today for each of the respective sports. So I'd like to start off by introducing Coach Tyler Evans and boys cross country. If we could have all the boys cross country, assistant coaches all come to the stage, please. Everybody for boys cross and girls. Sorry, we're doing them together. Yeah, Manny. And girls. Ready?
That'll be fine. All right, cool. All right, I timed this out for 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Let's see if we can make that happen. Woo-hoo! All right. Starting now. There's a lot to celebrate in the fall 2024 cross-country season. For starters, we not only had consistent team scores for a second year in a row, because we now actually have 2 full-size teams, but both boys and girls placed higher in each major meet we participated in versus last season. It's heartening to see our numbers growing, not only in terms of athletes, but also in the amazing parents, family members, and other supporters who continuously showed up to cheer them on at meets throughout the season. They were there to watch as we hosted and beat Marquette in our first home dual meet in almost 20 years. Through Coach Barry's hard work and my being present, we were able to expand our existing Krieger Middle School course and are now able to host 5Ks, not only for competitive purposes, but we'll be able to use it for fundraising and community outreach events. It isn't our slowly rising numbers, our steadily improving performances in the DAC, our new course, the amazing culture we're building, and several team events like pasta parties and post-Culver luncheons I'd like to focus on this evening, though. It's these amazing individuals standing right in front of me. They worked hard since June of this last year, doing a sport that is not for the faint of heart. It required obnoxiously early Saturday morning wake-up times and a great amount of effort, even after long and grueling school days. All doing something that you couldn't pay most people to do, even if they were being chased by a serial killer. These individuals are an inspiration to me and deserve celebration. So let's celebrate them. I still got 2 minutes. Starting with Michael Walker, our team captain and rock of this institution. All right, Michael is reliability incarnate. He could be counted on to show up early, leave late, and give it his all each and every session, all while occasionally keeping the freshmen in line. He PR'd at the time of 1923 this season, and I know he'll go on to do amazing things in the future. Let's give it up for Mike. All right, moving on, we have Jonathan Ruiz, who's not here, wah, wah, wah. The most amicable and sportive athlete I've had in years. When he passed me in the hall every day for the past 4 years, he would say, "You got this, Coach Evans." Knowing John's work ethic and giant heart, I'd say no, he's the one who has it. He PR'd at 25-23. Raiden Melendez. He is energetic and a joy to be around. He was louder cheering on his teammates at our meets, even more so than sports moms with megaphones. The only thing he may love more than his Mexican heritage and learning Russian is looking out for his teammates and giving it his all. He pushed himself through injuries on a number of occasions and ended his season with a PR at 24:56. All right, moving on, we got Manny Sanchez. All right, he has had as many PRs as we have had meets this season. Let that sink in. He is a kind and empathetic individual who would give somebody else the clothes off his own back. He barely missed a session in 4 months of practicing, and his astronomical improvements will lead him to regional next year. His final and best PR was 21:37. All right, last two on my freshies. All right, Preston Messenger qualified for regional in his freshman season and has excelled as our top boy runner in several meets throughout the season. He has a machine-like work ethic and a deeply inquisitive mind. He will be state-bound in a matter of no time, and his efforts only inspire his teammates. He PR'd at the time of 18:53. All right, finding my pacing. Very last one, Javen Williams. Brought his overall time down more precipitously than just about anyone on the team. A key reason for that was his absolute dedication to his own improvement. At no point did he complain. Instead, he dug in and did the work that was necessary. And based on his growth as an athlete, I have no doubt he'll be running regional next year. He PR'd with a time of 23:55. All right. That's for the boys team. Moving on to the girls team. All right. Coach Perry is getting vocal surgery, so I am her proxy. Right now, just envision me as Coach Perry. Okay. All right. Thank you all for being here tonight and supporting the athletes of Michigan City High School. I apologize for not being able to speak for myself tonight. I recently had a procedure on my vocal cords, and I have not yet regained enough voice to speak to you all. I would like to start tonight with some thank yous. Thank you so much for the parents of our team. Because of the nature of our sport, we take an activity bus most days and practice off campus. Despite our best efforts, we are not always able to stick to our practice schedule, and our parents are always very understanding and flexible with our schedule. Our parents also always come through with our requests for snacks. Our runners can't get enough snacks. Thank you to the Booster Club for your endless support, to all of the sports programs here at MCHS. Thank you to the athletic trainers, especially Molly. Molly worked so hard with our runners. They put in over 200 miles on their legs this season, That kind of training is going to bring on the potential of injuries, and having great athletic trainers is a must. Molly did so much for our runners to treat injuries or help me as a coach with preventative care. Thank you to my fellow coaches. The boys and girls team operates together as a whole cross-country program. And what we do isn't possible without all of us. Thank you, Tyler Evans, that's me, and Declan Rice for a great season of coaching together, bouncing ideas off of one another and supporting each other. And last, I want to thank our athletes. Thank you for an amazing season of growth. You are the reason I coach. I love watching this program grow and watching you all immerse yourselves in the culture of cross country, which is unlike any other sport. Our sport does not have a record for the season of wins and losses. We measure successes in PRs and personal growth. Between the boys and girls team, we had 42 personal records this season. These PRs do not happen without these kids showing up every day and putting in the work and trusting their coaches that the workouts matter. I've had the privilege of coaching this team for 2 seasons now. Some of you may be aware that Michigan City has a rich history of cross country with many appearances at the state meets in MCHS history, as well as state championship for Elston. Coach Evans and I have been working to build this program up and to create a love of running that not only benefits this program, but also our track program and our other athletics programs. Anyway, we hope to continue doing this moving forward with our youth programs and potentially some community runs in the future. Thank you all very much.
Sorry, real quick. You want to or you want me to? Okay. There you go.
Oh, okay. So we have, our girls team consists of,
You stood on the list.
okay, so what list? So Maddie Perry, who's right here, oh no, I'll start with Mia. Mia is one of our top runners. She's a junior. This is her second year running with us. She ran track. She had multiple injuries. She pushed through, had a really great season. At our regional, had an amazing race after not being able to practice with us fully for almost a month.
Yep.
So, way to go, Mia. Mia had a great season. Maddie Perry is next. Maddie was our girls regional qualifier, and Maddie ran an amazing season. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's a co-captain. She's our junior co-captain because the next girls runner who's next to her is Bailey Chavez, also another one of our co-captains and dual fall sport athlete. Bailey had a really great senior season, and she is our senior girl. Bailey's run 4 years with us. Awesome. Yep. Next one is Raylan. This is Raylan's first season running with us. She ran track this year. Raylan, freshman.
Sophomore.
She ran track last year, and she did flag football, so another dual sport athlete this fall. Came out, PR'd in our Marquette race, did really well with that, and really just showed up this year. And then there's Jordan. Jordan, at the beginning of the season, did not like running. I'm hoping that has changed since.
that right now? Okay.
She did a really good job PRing this season. She dropped 11 minutes. Running cross country, dropping 11 minutes is a lot. So she dropped 11 minutes from the beginning of our season to the end of our season. And she did that doing Agony Hill a couple times. So for those who don't know, Agony Hill is this big hill, New Prairie, that is miserable to run. So she did that with Agony Hill and everything. The next one is Veronica. Veronica's down there. Veronica is a really good, steady runner. She comes in, she brings the vibes, she brings music. She had a speaker all season, and she really just was awesome. She also is improving time-wise, and hopefully will be a regional next year.
Yeah.
We have hopes. We have high hopes for Veronica. Whether or not Veronica wants that, I don't know. But we have lots of high hopes for Veronica. And then we've got Callie down there, right? Callie's next. Callie's a freshman runner, and Callie has come into the sport and just
Crushed it.
crushed it. Yeah, crushed it is a good word.
Yeah.
She crushed it. She had a lot of fun, hopefully. She did really well at our workout. She showed up all the time. She gave it her all. She would run. and she did really well at Agony, didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, she did really good on her first time during Agony Hill, which is, again, a really hard course. And then finally down there at the end is Leah. Leah is amazing. She was, unfortunately had an injury this year that led her to not be able to run the full season with us, but still showed up to every single practice, still came to all the workouts, still showed up to every meet, cheering on her fellow athletes, boys and girls, making sure that she was there and present. And with our Marquette dual meet, she was the whole entire cheering section and made sure that all the families were cheering too. So it was a really great team.
Last thing.
Oh, sorry, give them a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you. Good job. All right, very last thing, we do have an academic all-states individual on our team. I would like to present this to Bailey Chavez. Academic all-state. And we have an academic all-state honorable mention for Maddie Perry. All right, again, thank you everybody so much for your support. We appreciate your time and everything you've done for us all season. Thank you.
Go back up. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Coach Evans and Coach Perry, for our boys and girls cross country. Next, I'd like to invite Coach Kevin Sparks, our head coach for girls volleyball, all the assistant coaches for volleyball, as well as the players. Please come to the stage.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Sparks. I'm the newest head coach of the girls volleyball team. Behind me, I have my assistant coaches. I have my varsity assistant, Paige Burton. I have my JV coach, Mandy Ketchum, and also my freshman coach, Raisha Hart. These coaches stepped up and did a really good job for me, considering how short of a time we had to really work out after I got the job. And they stepped up, and they were very good at what they did, and I think the results going forward are going to show that. Over here to my left, we have our varsity players. Girls, give your little volleyball wave as I call your name. Bella Ketchum, Alyssa Workman, Briley Fugate, Caitlin Lane, Grace Fulford, Bree Franklin, Ella Freever, Sarah Suter, Hannah Parker, Abby Herring. Sarah, Hannah, and Abby were all co-captains this year. Also, we have Allie Olmos, May Malone, Kaya Hart. Ella Rubino is not here. And then we had our floaters for this year were Amari Williams and Mia Wilkins. I can't see all the way to the end down there to see who the JV and freshmen were that wandered up, but we have some of them with us as well. Okay. This season for us, to say the least, was a roller coaster. We got to see glimpses of what we hope to see in the future, but we also saw some things that can happen when you lose your energy and focus. We got to put more detail on the focus, but when they did, the girls were great. The DAC is tough, and any sport will tell you that. Across the board, every sport, every team, boys and girls. The message to our girls was always, don't worry about the record, worry about yourselves. You do your best, take care of what you can take care of, but leave it all on the court. Our overall record this year, we finished at 11-19, 2-12 in the DAC. 11-19 doesn't sound like much, but the 3 years prior, our team was 14-70 in that time span. These girls really turned it around in a short amount of time. We didn't really have much of a spring session with the girls being out of town on vacations and club volleyball and whatnot. We didn't get a lot to do during the summer, but they brought it when it counted. We started out in July in a 16-team tournament at Dunes, and the girls finished 5th. And where I thought they'd be proud, they were proud, but they were more upset because they wanted more. And that's when I knew what I had and what I had to work with. We carried that energy and momentum into the start of the regular season. First 2 games of the season, we beat Morgan Township and Westville, who both beat us last year. Morgan Township won the PCC and was 24-6. Happy to say we were one of those 6. Some of the other highlights from this season was after losing to Marquette during the regular season, we had another chance during the Michigan City Invite. It was the first time that Michigan City's beat Marquette in 4 years. A couple of other exciting nights for us. Even though we didn't win, we took sets from Valpo and LaPorte. First time that Michigan City's won a set from LaPorte in 7 years. So the girls are getting there. We ended the regular season by winning the Breast Cancer Awareness Tournament at Gary Westside before losing the sectionals to Penn at Penn. Stat leaders this year: kills, Hannah Parker with 132. Aces, Abby Herring with 48. Digs, Abby Herring, 274. Total blocks, Hannah Parker, 61. And assists, Abby Herring, 380. As a lot of the coaches will tell you, what happens at the high school level isn't the whole thing. We need to start at the middle school level, at the elementary level. And our middle school programs right now are looking really good. Good coaches come in this year at both Barker and Krieger. I'm proud of what they've done. I cannot wait to see those kids when they get here next year. And I want to give an extra special thank you to Mandy Ketchum, who took it upon herself last spring to organize some elementary school volleyball, where we were able to get the 5th and 6th grade boys and girls playing volleyball in Michigan City. Getting the love of the game into those kids at the early age is what's going to make our jobs easier at the high school level. We can't continue to build our programs if we're not starting until 9th grade. It takes those elementary kids, their teachers, their coaches, and people like Mandy to take the initiative to go and do that. And these girls right here, a lot of them were the referees for those games. So they're in there helping those kids learn as well. Give these girls a big round of applause because they're making themselves better. Okay, one last thing. I had 7 seniors and 6 of them were academic all-state. Alyssa Workman, Ella Freeburn, Sarah Suter, Hannah Parker, Mae Malone, Caitlin Lane, all academic, all state. Girls, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Coach Sparks. I'd like to introduce Coach Ethan Warren and the boys soccer team and assistant coaches to the stage, please.
getting it down up here. All right, hello everybody. My name is Ethan Warren. I am the head coach here for boys soccer. This has been my third full year as head coach, fourth year total here at Michigan City. And just taking a look back at our season here, this was our most successful season stats-wise by the last 5 years. So that's something I want to say about this group here is perseverance and working hard, even though throughout the past couple of years it's been really challenging. So first I want to give a round of applause for everybody out here that's been helping us throughout the 4 years that they've been here working as hard as they are. We finished the season with a 5-12 record with some very close one-score games that just didn't end up going our way in the end. We had our first win here, our second game of the season at home against New Prairie. I think that really set our season up for success. That game was a very, very exciting game to be a part of. We ended up winning the game with about 2 minutes left to go in the match, and it was a 40-yard shot from one of our players over here, Maddie, and the ball was flying about 40 yards in the air, and that wasn't the only thing. His shoe was also flying 40 yards in the air. So you had to look at the shoe, look at the ball, look at the shoe, and next thing you know, the ball goes in over the goalie's head. So that was pretty much the overall gist, I'd say, of our season. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. We had 2 shutout victories this season, one coming in the DAC. We also got our first DAC win in the last 5 years. So we are making a lot of progress up here. And as some of the coaches have already said, the DAC is a very tough conference. It doesn't matter what sport you play, you're always going to have some type of competition. So we are getting on the right track here and starting off with our first DAC win in 5 years. On to some stats. We had Damon Cash here led our team in goals. He had 5 goals. Now this is the highest goals scored since I've been here for the past 4 years, breaking his old record of 6 2 years ago. So it's going to be a tough one losing somebody that can, provide so many goals for you. Next up, we have our assist leaders. We have 2 assist leaders sharing the title here. We have Nico Vega and Kevin Savalza. And these 2 have done such a great job for me this season with going on offense sometimes, bringing it back on defense, and either way, they're still going to give me 100%, and the stats say it doesn't matter if you're on offense or on defense, you're going to be involved. You're still getting the ball up, you're still assisting the team, so once again, thank you and congratulations on the assist. And next up, we have our goalkeepers. We had 2 goalkeepers for us for our varsity squad. First, we had Jalen Briggs, who had 52 saves this year. And then we had Gerardo Bertino. He ended up getting 28 saves this year. And our first win in the DAC this year, as I was saying earlier, it came none other than our rivals LaPorte on senior night. So that was always a good, exciting feeling to get LaPorte on senior night. And it always feels good when that DAC win is against the rivals LaPorte. And throughout the season, we played some tough matchups, battled injuries, and had to face some adversity throughout the season. We picked up our first win against that New Prairie, and it kind of got us rolling throughout the season. These next couple games after that, we battled with a couple 1-0 losses, a couple scrappy games that just didn't end our way. And then during the season, we had a couple different injuries and a couple different achievements for our team. We had one player that got selected for all DAC, all conference, and that was Damon Cash. And once again, congratulations to Mon. That was definitely worth it, well deserved throughout all the hard work you have done throughout the program. And I want to get to just a couple different thank yous throughout the season. First off, our coaches and our manager behind us. Assistant coach behind me, Nick Buffin. Next to Nick. And also our JV coach, Carson Warren. And our manager who's been with us for our ride since we got here, Mo. And this was my first group of freshmen to seniors, so it's really special to see throughout the 4 years how hard they've worked to get to where they're at, and that's on and off the field. So thank you for being great role models for our underclassmen, for really paving the way to see our underclassmen have some good role models. So once again, seniors, thank you again for really sticking up for your underclassmen. Also, I want to have a big thanks to transportation, always getting us to where we need to be. Athletic trainers, Molly and Sarah, for always putting up with all of our injuries throughout the season. I'm sure it's never easy. And also our athletic department, Mo, Sarah, and Deanna. They've done a fantastic job with me this season. And a big thank you, once again, to my coaching staff. And last thing, I just want to give a big round of applause to the parents of these athletes and to all the athletes in here. I know it takes a lot of time for these athletes to go through practice, games, and all that, and you have to do the same. So big round of applause for all our parents out there. And thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks again, Coach Ethan Warren and the boys soccer team. Next, I'd like to invite Coach Bruce Stahl and the girls soccer team, all the assistant coaches as well.
He was in the back. Yeah, he didn't come up. He didn't want to. I'll call him out. All right. Good evening, everybody. It's a good thing right now I don't have to thank anybody. Everybody's been thanked, so that part's over with. Come on, you got to laugh. Lighten up. Lighten up a little, please. But anyway, I know one of the other coaches here. Boomer Williams is out there hiding somewhere. Mimi Hannon was my assistant coach this year, and Nick Andreessen, was my other one. And I'm not trying to offend the other managers of other teams, but I did have the best manager of any sport in the history of sports. Okay, good old John. And everybody knows that I'm really shy most of the time, so. And that's another joke, though. I have to have a thing there, guys. Come on, come on. Anyway. Tough audience. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield, if you remember who that is. Anyway, I've coached since the 80s in the school system, and I just, wonderful support from the athletic department, the parents, the girls especially. We took one word out of our dictionary, and it was a wonderful season. I mean, it was probably, there were so amazing things these girls came up with. It's nice to have 31 bosses also. There you go, now you're catching on. Okay, very good. But anyway, it was just a fun year. I mean, it just was. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm never very good with being speechless. I can talk quite a bit. But you could see them grow through the season, and I really, and the girls do too, appreciate that we played our conference game with Maryville at Ames Field, and it was a victory. And then the next week, and I'll tell this story real quickly, the next week, and all of you are involved in sports, we went to LaPorte. We were down 3-0 with 15 minutes to go, and it's, as you know, in baseball, if you're down 9-0 in the ninth, usually you don't come back. Football, same kind of stuff. There's a certain score. I won't mention Kiara's name. Wow, that got loud. See, but anyway, Kiara and her teammates in the last 15 minutes of that game scored 4 goals, and we beat LaPorte 4-3. And another thing that it did do is actually us playing LaPorte. The winner of that game got an extra all-DAC player, so we had a little bit more to play for. And those two were Madeline Chin and Kiara Williams. I told you that John's the best, right? I'm teasing, guys. Come on. Anyway, what I'm going to do differently, because I am different. All right, what I'm going to do is each girl real quickly is going to introduce themselves. No, I had to listen to all season. Now, come on now.
Isabella, McKenna, Rosalind, Callie, Nalani, Izzy, Gianna, Stephanie,
That's the second round.
Tia, Olivia, Kiara, Gabby,
You guys are the stuff now.
Ferris, Paige, Maddie, Allison, Ava, McKenna. I'm unique.
All right. All right, going back real quickly to the coaches, they helped make the team what the team ended up being. It was nice to see that happen. Hang on, I'm having a senior moment, guys. It's not funny, but it is, yes. Well, that's another time I was speechless for a little bit. But anyway, I would coach these girls and do anything for them. The parents on the team are wonderful. The support was wonderful. We didn't have the greatest record on the earth, but there were some times it was so much fun. The LaPorte game is one of those games that will be talked about when we're all a little bit older, and some of us much older, okay? But I just want to say, just the support of everybody, the trainers, Mr. Megacy for his announcing, and on and on and on and on. I could keep going, but I'm not. So I don't want to get in trouble for talking too much. But anyway, let's give them a round of applause. They're a wonderful bunch of young ladies. And my captains, real quickly. My captains, okay, if I can think of that, okay. McKenna Nowatzki, there's the last name. Madeline Chin. Ava Taylor. Hang on there. Dang, he's the one who brought me wonderful balloons for my birthday, McKenna Deutscher. And that's it.
This paper's one. Thank you, Coach Stahl and girls soccer. Next, I'd like to invite girls golf and head coach Justin Stevens to the stage.
Perfect.
Be up here.
All right. I'm Justin Stevens. I'm the first year head coach for girls golf. First and foremost, I want to thank all the parents. It wasn't easy having practice every day out at Michigan City Golf Course, all the meets and everything else that we did, but thank you very much for getting people where they needed to be. I also want to thank my assistant coach, Drew White, who couldn't be here tonight. He was very supportive, and he was a great resource for me to kind of learn my first year here. I also want to thank the athletic staff, Mo, Sarah, and Deanna. Thank you very much. You made my transition in super easy, so thank you. So I want to introduce the girls really quickly. First, Natalie White, Emily Blank, Bailey Chavez, Jada McKendry, Emma Nelson, Abby Shanks, McKenna Nowatsky, and then we had three who couldn't be here tonight: Morgan Worlds, Evelyn Valadez, and Ella Mendoza. So that gives us 10 girls on the year, and I believe last year there were 5 girls on the team. So we wound up growing the program almost 2 times, and that's not credit to me. But thank you very much for all your participation and hard work this year. We were 4-11 overall and 1-6 in the DAC. In golf, just like everything else, as it's already been said multiple times, it's incredibly competitive. But my girls battled, and I couldn't be more proud. At one point in time in the season, every single individual shot their personal best. So that's awesome. I'd also like to point out my captains, Natalie White, Emily Blank, and Bailey Chavez. This is my first group of seniors, and they were a great group, so thank you, girls. I also want to point out our academic all-state, Natalie White, and Bailey Chavez. So to the seniors, thank you. I really appreciate this being my first group. You were great. And for everybody else, I look forward to next year and many more years to come. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Coach Stevens and the golf team. Next, we've got Coach Megan Methner and the boys tennis team. Come on up.
Thank you. Okay. Ooh, this swivels.
Down one step.
Okay. All right, so good evening, everyone. Like you said, fix that mic. Sorry. All right. My name is Megan Metner. This is my second year as head coach for the boys tennis team. Celebrating season that's had everything: sweat, grit, dedication, and even some broken strings. Riley. I have had the privilege of coaching this amazing tennis team. And let me tell you, we've had a season filled with ups, downs, and everything in between. Before I go into that, though, there are thanks to be said for our assistant coach, Darcy Metner, an accomplished and polished player of the game. It doesn't take her long to see something not everyone always catches on the court during a match. She has absolutely gained great rapport with both the players and the parents and has been a huge asset to our team. So thank you, Coach. And then to our athletic staff, Sarah, Mo, Deanna, who you can always count on for support. I also appreciated that our ADs did show up to some of our matches this season. That really did mean a lot to us. Our athletic trainers, Molly and Sarah, who did a great job of keeping our guys in working order despite limited time and resources. We also had great managers, Avery Wingard and Naomi Williams. Naomi couldn't be here tonight. They also played for the girls tennis team. They took care of a lot of the thankless tasks, took plenty of pictures for me, and did a lot of things that make a practice and season go smoothly. They took great care. We thank you for that. Also, most importantly, to the fans and the parents who gave their loyal support at home and afar for away matches. Young athletes need their coaches, but they definitely need their parents much, much more. And these boys have a pretty awesome set of parents, so thank you, parents. As far as the recap of the season, we went 11-5, which is a huge jump. Yep, 11-5, a huge jump compared to the 6-8 record the season before. Our DAC record this year, we went 3-4, LaPorte being one of those wins. We took first place in the New Prairie Invite for the third consecutive year in a row. Though I will say this year's water dunk did not feel great after a long day of cold and cloudy weather. Thank you, Nathan. And who else was the other one that did that? Who was it? Thomas? Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Our 5-0 win against New Prairie for the comeback from the previous season was also a highlight. My newest favorite memory that I already mentioned, I will never forget, was Michigan City winning against LaPorte, which we haven't done since the fall of 2017. And trust me, there were tears shed, at least on the coach's end. It was a great, great match. And to introduce some of the boys that are here, I think we're missing two. We have Victor Ducey, who went 15-4, by the way, in season. 15-4 was his record. Riley M. Schweiler-Sowards, who also went 15-4 and is a co-captain. Jacob Hazel, who is not up here, he went 12-5. Thomas Chatfield went 10-7, who is also a co-captain. Nicholas Williams went 11-7. Lucas Bontrager went 11-6. Nathan Grozak, who's also a co-captain, went 12-6 this season. And then we have Eli Green, who participated in 2 varsity matches, taking both wins on those. And then Zacharias Williams, who also got to participate in a varsity match, and he won that match against Marquette as well. And then we have Aiden Phillips, who he wasn't on varsity, however, I do want to do a shout out, which we actually did at the end of every match, whether we were home or away. We would meet in Heritage Hall, and we did shout outs. And I remember this one very well. It was his first time winning a singles match this year, so we did a shout out as a team, and I just wanted to reiterate that shout out to you again. Shout out to your first singles match win this season. Proud of you. Again, they had some incredible matches where these players surprised even themselves, pushing their limits, showing us all what it means to play with heart. And of course, some downs with those close matches that were within our reach but just missing it. But those moments brought these boys closer. They reminded us that tennis is about resilience, about getting back on the court after a tough set or rough calls, or in one case, a player who doesn't know how to stop diving for the ball, obtaining battle wounds from just about every single match. Thomas. also would like to say, I never thought I'd have to say this in regards to an athlete, but I have to because I think it just fits perfectly here. I have a puke and rallier here on the team. Riley has puked a few times, but he can. It's funny because then he wins 6 games in a row to win the match, and I just think that's just crazy that is one of the tactics, and I think it's quite funny. Thank you, Riley, for that one. I also want to recognize Victor Ducey as he, where did I go? Yep, okay. Named All Duneland Conference Team for the 2nd time in his tennis career. Congratulations, Victor Ducey. And then I also want to recognize that we do have an academic all-state winner this year, and that is Nathan Grosjet. Okay. To each of the players, I want to thank you for giving it everything that you have this season, for the countless hours, for the wins, the losses, and reminding me that coaching you all is truly a joy, no matter what the score says. Let's give these players a huge round of applause for an unforgettable season.
Thank you, Coach Megan, and boys tennis. Next, our final team, we would like to recognize boys football and head coach Cody French, and all assistant coaches if they'd like to join on stage.
Hey, move down. Move down. Move down. Hey, use the bottom 2 rows. Move down. Move down. You're in the way of the picture. Move down. Move down. All right, you guys can take a collective sigh of relief. We're not reading everybody's name. Just want to go over anything left unsaid will be covered in our football banquet. We'll do a football-only banquet in January. We don't have DAC awards, All-State awards, or anything like that yet, so we'll have our own banquet in January just to make sure everything's properly addressed. But the first thing I want to do is thank our seniors. So I'm just going to say their names. You guys can give a wave. Mike Crawford. George Branch. Marquez Dabney, Carl Tucker, Anthony Murphy, Jared Stringer, Logan Moreland, Adrian Holly, Jalen Merriweather, Sincere Hodges, Christian Shanks, Jeremiah Mojica, John Zagnoon, Hunter Lecker, Jamarion G, Zamir Duncan, Lawrence Phillips. Okay, next I want to thank our coaches. Okay, I'll read through all the coaches. You guys can do one big clap at the end so it doesn't take forever. I want to thank our coaches for the countless hours they put in for our program, the young men, and for our community. A lot of these guys are volunteers. They're putting in the same amount of time as me during the season. So let's go through one at a time here. Trent Ormsby, Scott Ormsby, Ryan Isaac, Michael Oberholzer, Wesley Scully, Marquise Hurt, Adam Harmon, Alex Hirsch, Anthony Lemon, Antonio Reese, Marcellus Maddox, Courtney Hart, Demetrius Roberson,
Dylan Cintrone, James Davis, and Anthony Sansone. Let's continue with the thank yous. I want to thank our athletic department, Mo, Sarah. Just appreciate all the support. Can be demanding sometimes, and I appreciate how willing you guys are to work with me. Thank our trainers, Sarah and Molly. Really strong relationship with them. Appreciate everything they do, and all of our managers. Just really appreciate all the work and effort you guys put in throughout the year and in the off season. The most important one for me is thank you to our Moms Club. The work that they do, feeding our kids 4 times a week, and all the stuff behind the scenes that goes unnoticed that allows us to operate. Sunita Hatchett, Arlena Sherrod, Jessica Smith, Brandy Crawford, Danielle Soler, and Tina Crawford. Recapping our season, 3-6 overall in the regular season. It's not where we want to be. Any of our kids will tell you that. There's a lot of positives, and that's what we're going to focus on tonight, okay? 3-4 in the DAC with a 4th place finish. We had a top 3 defense in the state for a majority of the season. Let's give a tight time to clap for that. Five of our 6 regular season losses are by 1 score, and 5 of those losses are to teams playing for sectional championships. So you guys know the effort and the detail that we need in the offseason to get over the hump. I want to take time to shout out our middle school program. Combined 7th and 8th graders finished the season undefeated. Really good job by that staff and those players all year round. 98% we want this to be 100, but this is improvement from the last few years. So 98% of our roster remained academically eligible throughout the entire season, so we want to point that out. Okay, just in closing here, we strive daily to build a K-12 program that our community can and will be proud of. Success is not linear, and I felt like we took big strides forward to producing successful, respectable young men. We want to continue to do that for years to come. I'm proud to be the coach here, and our staff will work tirelessly this offseason to improve. I'm proud of you guys.
Don't go far, Cody. The final portion of our evening here will be our final awards that we will recognize. First, I'd like to go through each of them just to describe them so everybody has a clear understanding of the expectations for each of these awards. First and foremost, the MVP award recognizes the athlete who has the greatest impact on their team through consistent performance, leadership, and dedication. This individual's contributions go beyond the stats on the scoreboard. They inspire their teammates, elevate the level of play, and embody what it means to be a true competitor. The MVP is someone who not only excels individually, but also contributes to the overall success and morale of the team. The new award that we added this year, the Sportsmanship Award, honors an athlete who exemplifies respect, integrity, and fairness both on and off the field. This individual represents the highest standard of character, showing kindness, respect for opponents, and a positive attitude regardless of the outcome of the game. They lead by example, showing that true victory comes from how we treat others and how we handle ourselves in both triumph and adversity. The Wolf Award is given to an athlete who may not always stand in the spotlight, but consistently demonstrate qualities that make them an invaluable member of the team. This athlete is often one of those who works tirelessly behind the scenes, gives their best effort in every practice, and lifts others up when needed. They embody the spirit of commitment, hard work, and a positive attitude. Traits that coaches value and appreciate in an athlete, even when the results may not always be reflected in the statistics. At this time, I'd like all the head coaches to come back up to the stage, please. That's fine. Well, yeah. Yeah, so if you all stand here. Okay, that's fine. I'm still announcing. So when we announce, you'll step on, have the three come with you, take a picture, and then bring them back up like that. So I'll tell you who, so just stand next to each other. The first sport that we are going to recognize is girls volleyball. The Sportsmanship Award for girls volleyball goes to Sarah Suter. Step out to the front. No, just coach, yeah. So you guys will stand together, all three of you, take a picture real quick. Congratulations, Sarah. The Wolf Award for girls volleyball is Hannah Parker. And the MVP for girls volleyball is Abby Herring. That's what I'm saying, they'll all stay here. Congratulations to girls volleyball. If you guys are there. Now, Coach, if you guys would stand back up here, and then we'll have or just one step up. Yep. Okay, boys tennis, if you'd step forward, please. Yeah, girls up there, too. The Sportsmanship Award for boys tennis goes to Riley M. Schweiler-Sowards. The Wolf Award for boys tennis goes to Nathan Grozick. And the most valuable player for boys tennis, Victor Ducey. Okay, next is girls soccer. So Mr. Stahl, if you'd step down. Sportsmanship Award for girls soccer is Madeline Chin. The Wolf Award for girls soccer is McKenna Nowatzki. Most valuable player for girls soccer, Kiara Williams. Boys. Next up, boys soccer. Sportsmanship Award for boys soccer, Caden Nowatzki. Wolf Award for boys soccer, Emilio Munoz. And most valuable player for boys soccer, Damon Cash. Okay, next up, girls golf. The Sportsmanship Award for girls golf, Ella Mendoza. Okay. The Wolf Award for girls golf, Evelyn Valadez. I know she's here. Most valuable player for girls golf, Natalie White. Next up is football. Sportsmanship Award for boys football, Sincere Hodges. Wolf Award goes to Jamarian G. Most valuable player for boys football, Adrian Holly. Next we have girls cross country. Sportsmanship Award for girls cross country is Mia Palomo. Wolf Award for girls cross country is Bailey Chavez. Most valuable player for girls cross country is Madeline Perry. Next up is boys cross country. Sportsmanship Award for boys cross country is Michael Walker. Wolf Award, Emmanuel Sanchez. And the MVP for boys cross country is Preston Messenger. Mr. Hartman worked too hard there. Can we bunch everybody together with take one group picture of everyone?
Yes, Mandy.